Oh my goodness, so much stuff goes into doing live streams. Okay, so let me see here. All right. So, anyways, you guys, I hope my volume is good this time. I had issues with my videos, the last video, because I had the camera plugged in, and the volume for my talking was going to the camera instead of going to my microphone. So I apologize for that, and we will try to go over one of the earthquakes, if I can do this correctly, one of the earthquakes that I had been talking about. So let's go to EMSE, and we're going to go to latest earthquakes, go to magnitude 5s. There's also just been a 5.8 south of Fiji Island, so that'll be a new one. So we've actually had two big earthquakes today. I was talking, as I stated on my last live stream, on my last video, that I thought today was going to be a bigger day because of the fact that there hadn't been any 5s since yesterday. And what happened? There was a 6.5 Atacama, Chile. Now there was two different, and I was talking about this, there was two different articles. One saying that it would have been widely felt. They are reporting this earthquake off the coast of Chile, but when I put in the coordinates, it actually goes on land. So the coordinates for the articles are showing off land. However, it is 51 kilometers southwest of Diego de Almagro, Chile. The population there is 18,100, which is roughly 40 miles. So we're going to put this in here. We're going to go look where this earthquake occurred in Chile. There was nothing major with the area other than it looked volcanic. So we'll go down here. We get this in. And we can see this is Chile here. This is the area here. I thought that this looked a little bit like mining or something, but I'm not so sure. I do see a vehicle here, but I don't know what this is. And their graphics aren't the greatest. So as we back out here, in this region here, you can see that we have the South American Nazca Plate here. Now there was another earthquake. Now this is Sierra Nevada volcano field over here. I didn't put them in as volcanoes, so right now all they are is red squares. Hey Brooke Fishin. Hello Juby Joe. Hello Richard. Hello everybody. Welcome to the chat room, and for everybody else who's here, please remember to hit that thumbs up button. Helps to get other people in. Alright, so as we can see, this is the earthquake which occurred, and I'm going to do the 6.5 so I can find you the latest information that I found. Right now, tremor in northern Chile was felt nationwide. This is according to Merco Press. Tremor in northern Chile felt nationwide, poses no tsunami risk. A magnitude 6.5 earthquake struck off the coast of Chile's Atacama region Friday at 1:15 p.m. local time. The epicenter was located 63.49 kilometers west of Chañaral and at a depth of 33 kilometers. So far, no damage to people or infrastructure has been reported, although the tremor was felt in several areas. Authorities are monitoring the situation and advising residents to remain calm and follow emergency guidelines since aftershocks are not to be ruled out. The Chilean Navy Hydrographic and Oceanographic Services, or SHOA, assessed the possibility of tsunami but has not issued any alerts. Chile's National System for Disaster Prevention and Response is assessing the impact on the people and infrastructure. Currently, 23,000 customers in the Atacama region are without electricity, explained CENEPRED's Deputy Director of Emergency Management, Miguel Ortiz. In addition, landslides have been reported and are being monitored, he also pointed out. The Pacific Ocean Ring of Fire is known for its intense seismic and volcanic activity due to the interaction of several tectonic plates. And as you can see, we have one of the tectonic plates over here. particularly the Nazca Plate. This is the Nazca Plate here. Which subducts or slides beneath the South American plate, causing frequent earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Each year, Chile experiences numerous earthquakes, though most are of low and moderate intensity and do not pose a significant threat. However, the country has also suffered devastating tremors like an 8.8 magnitude one in February of 2010, which caused 525 deaths and triggered a tsunami that affected several coastal areas. So, that's just a little bit of information on what happened in Chile. Buildings were shaking. According to some sites, there is no tsunami risk. And there was no report of casualties from this earthquake. So that is important to note. There was panic, though. And that is one of the things that I want people to try to not do when you do have a big earthquake. Please be calm. Stay calm. If you act panicked, that is when you cause yourself more damage to yourself and to others. Stay calm. Stay focused, stay prepared. Preparedness is key to surviving any natural disaster. If you are prepared, then you can get through. That is one of the things I talked about. I have a book which is available for emergency preparedness. So if you want that book, it is listed below my video. That is one of the things to do when there is an earthquake. Stay calm. I keep seeing a lot of articles where they say people were panicking, and I want to hug them first, and then I want to tell them, be prepared, stay calm, get away from big buildings if you can. If you can't, then find ways to hide yourself. That way you can stay sheltered. Alrighty, so I see there was some joking going on in chat. Hey, Richard. Yes, you weren't called Teresa. Okay, so that's what I have for that earthquake. Now we're going to look at another one. We were looking in, if I can get this to come up correctly, there was a 4.0 in Nevada. Well, first we're going to go look at south of Fiji because I just realized this one just happened just a few minutes ago. So we should go check this one out. This one is south of Fiji. Welcome, welcome in everybody. Okay, so we can see where this one is occurring. This is off of the plate boundary here. So this here is the East Laos Spreading Center, divergent boundary. This here is the Pacific Australian convergent boundary. This right here is a convergent boundary which goes across this way. This one is occurring over to this area here. So I guess we should be watching over into Vanuatu in this area of Fiji for perhaps another sized earthquake. And perhaps up into Samoa. This one here is probably not going to affect New Zealand, so I wouldn't be worrying so much about this one. The ones when I used to watch that affected New Zealand would be within these areas here and along this plate boundary here, unless they were more closer into this area. I believe that's the Bay of Plenty. Alright, so we had a 4.0 in Nevada. Let's go find our Nevada earthquake. Here we go. There was a 4.0. I'm just going to show it to you because it was volcanic related. It's volcanic field. Hey George, how you doing? Okay, so we can see this area here. Nothing big, nothing special here. as we draw back from this area and we look to this area, you have the Ubehebe craters, which is over here, which are Mars. And then to this area here, you have the Markagunt Plateau. And this area is volcanic field. Down here you have Uinkaret. And this is also a volcanic field, so I believe that this is just volcanic movement. Not anything to worry about, just that earthquakes occur at volcanic areas, especially volcanic fields. What else we had? Since today's interesting. Okay, so we've had a 3.5 off the east coast of North Island of New Zealand. And let's take a look at, let me see, Alaska's had a 3.0. Nothing big. I'm not seeing all the 5s that we usually see every day, so, you know, that'll happen because the sun is doing its business. All right, so let's go to Oregon Live Earthquake Map. Take a look over here. This one was from yesterday. This is off Trinidad, California. It was a 3.6. This one was today, and this is a 1.7, 28 kilometers southeast of Prineville, Oregon. Hey, it's an Oregon earthquake. Okay, as we creep on down this way, we can see we've had a few little earthquakes here. This one was on the 4th. This one was today. It was a 4.0, Ocampo, Mexico. And then we've had another 4 today, and this was Ocampo, Mexico. There's that black dot out here. Okay, so I was taking a look at this. There has been one on the border with North Carolina and South Carolina yesterday. It was a 2.2. It was 12 kilometers northwest of Tigerville, South Carolina. That happened at 1:03:32 p.m., but I did not see it yesterday when we were looking. Then we've had on the 4th, there was the 1.7, 9 kilometers west-southwest of Dyersburg, Tennessee. Then yesterday, there was a 2.2, 13 kilometers west of Maynard, Arkansas. And on the 5th, which was yesterday, there was one 6 kilometers east-southeast of Pontiac, Missouri. So, as we're looking here, this is Arkansas. We can see Arkansas has been having some quakes. On the 5th, they had a 1. On the 4th, they had a 1.3. That was Loyola, Oklahoma. On the 4th, they had a 1. And on the 4th, they had a 1.2, and that's Oklahoma as well. So Oklahoma has been having some quakes along with tornadoes. So let's keep them in thought over there. And Utah had a 1.5, 5 kilometers west-southwest of Cedar City, Utah. Now, if you notice, and there's not a whole lot going on for Yellowstone. This is Providence, Utah, a 1.1. Not too much going on. Okay, so there's that. Let's check out our weather information. Let's see here, weather.gov, because there was some interesting stuff happening on the West Coast because, all right, so nothing over here. We had really, really heavy rain yesterday, last night, and this morning, and then it's nice, beautiful blue skies, but it's a little bit cloudy out right now. So let's take a look over here. Over here we have two tropical depressions. They're disturbances. This one has a 70% chance of cyclone formation, and this one here has an 80% chance. But the fact that they are so close to each other, I believe that they could pull each other apart. I don't think that they will combine and become a major hurricane, but we'll take a look on Windy so we can see where these locations are. So we go over here. We can see these two different areas right here. And this is what it looks like. Nothing big, nothing major. They're just right here. So we can see one right here. This is 91E. Today, 17 knots, 29.77 inches per hour. I believe that's what it is. So that's one right there, and then the other is over here. Let's see here. And this shows what they're going to do up through Friday the 20th. So they're moving outward. Along the land. Looks like that one disappears. This one here is still being swept along. And it looks like it dissipates as well. So probably nothing to worry about. But we need to start watching over here for more formations. And then nothing in the Central Pacific. Okay, you guys, this has just been a real quick update. I am so sorry. I am going to apologize for the last video. If you heard it when you came into the channel, I did my video update, which is posted, but you will have to turn the sound up really, really high because I messed up. I had plugged my camera in, and when I turned on did my video, I had thought that I was using my regular microphone, which is the one that George sent me, which is really awesome. And it was actually taking the sound from my camera. So my video is lower in sound, and I apologize for that. So you'll have to turn it up really high or play it on a TV. That's why I just went over the stuff again during live stream, so that you all would be able to hear what I was talking about if you came into this live stream. So how is everybody doing today? I was going to do live streams tomorrow. However, I am not going to be home tomorrow. I am going to be out trying to make some money because I have this computer I have to pay off. So I'm going to go do what I have to do to try to get up this money to pay off this computer. That should be fun, right? And no, the other computer still did not come back on. I did let it sit for 24 hours. The only thing that came on was the light bar. So it is dead. Oh, Joe's gonna show up? Woohoo! Haven't seen Joe in a long time. Hello, Juby Joe. How are you doing today? Ooh, we just had another earthquake. What we got? A 2.4 Sicily, Italy, and a 3.0 South Africa. Ah, your brother is listening to me. Hello, brother of Broken Fishing. Well, it's Broke Fish In. Yeah, Broken Fishing. Hey, I like Broken Fishing. That sounds good. So what else we got that's new? Let's see here. Earth may be experiencing a 6 mass extinction. I don't want to hear that. Anybody feel like dying right now? Earth may be experiencing a 6 mass extinction event. Alrighty then. Yep, let's see here. I want to look up tornado damages. because there was some bad stuff that's happened over the last few days. Tornadoes were reported across the plains and widespread severe weather threat. At least 2 tornadoes were confirmed in Oklahoma and Arkansas on Friday. More storms are expected. At least 2 tornadoes spun through eastern Oklahoma and western Arkansas on Friday, parts of a system of severe weather that threatened to bring large hail, damaging winds, and flash flooding from the southern plains to southeast through the weekend. 1 tornado was confirmed in Vian, Oklahoma, a small town of more than 1,300 people. A meteorologist stated another was confirmed to have swept across the cities of Alma and Van Buren in western Arkansas. About 46 homes were severely damaged or destroyed after the tornado carved its way through Van Buren, a city of more than 24,000 residents near Oklahoma state line. There were power outages and downed trees. There were no injuries, thank God. Residents in the area usually use mobile apps to track tornado threats and evacuate or take shelter in inner rooms as needed. In Oklahoma, the police in Vian said the tornado left a path of debris through the south side of the town. Power outages were reported from Vian to Muldrow, about 25 miles to the east. Forecasters were working to confirm other possible tornadoes in Arkansas. In Oklahoma, forecasters were scrutinizing radar data to confirm whether a tornado had touched down west of Guthrie. Oklahoma was expected to receive some of the highest rainfall totals. Centered over central and northern Oklahoma, they're predicting over 3 inches widespread and then locally higher amounts through Saturday night. They also are stating there could be repeated rounds through the weekend. Reported tornadoes also struck northwest Texas on Thursday, damaging homes and power lines, but missed the city of Lubbock, which remained under a severe thunderstorm and flash flood warning late into the evening. Tornadoes touched down in several towns, damaging homes and rural communities and causing at least 3 injuries. Scores of homes were damaged by hail and wind in Hockey County, and most of the county's roads were flooded. So this is going to be an interesting season. And there was also a home explosion today. They're saying that it felt like an earthquake. There was 1 injured after an explosion destroyed a Glayton home in Tennessee. 1 person was injured after the home exploded Thursday morning in Glayton neighborhood. The explosion was reported at approximately 10:30 a.m. in the 2100 block of Mackinac Bend. Let's see here. Where's Mackinac Bend? Mackinac Bend. So let's see if we can find it. So this is the area here. This is where, if I remember correctly from the news, this is where the houses, one of them exploded. So these are the houses here, and one of these houses blew up. One person was transported from the area. Officials said a man was working inside the home when the explosion occurred. He was absolutely shook, and it was, they think, adrenaline. It was pretty gruesome. It was traumatizing to see for sure. He was in our front yard asking us for milk and was completely disheveled. I told him to have a seat, and he said, "I can sit right now." So I called 911 and let them know he was outside our house. Officials said the worker was taken to a local hospital where he remains in critical but stable condition. Several other homes in the area also sustained damage in the explosion. A large law enforcement presence was seen in the neighborhood Thursday morning. Residents in the immediate area have been evacuated, and there is no danger to the public at this time. They're stating that there was a big boom, and it just felt like it was an earthquake. Wow. Meanwhile, some neighbors stated that they felt their home shake and saw a big fire following the explosion. It was a big sound and I was inside my home just working, but then I heard something and thought something fell down the top stairs. Then I came out and saw a big fire coming down the street and probably 10 to 40 trucks going that way. And then I saw it. And once I went down there, it was like it's probably a gas leak. Well, could be. And it is weird, all these explosions that I'm seeing lately in the news of different houses. And that reminds me of somebody who was talking to me the other day about smelling natural gas in their home. Please be careful. This was in Gallatin, Tennessee. It remains unclear what led to the explosion. The Gallatin Fire Department has reportedly requested assistance from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation with finding a cause. So, cause is not known at this time. However, the house is totally gone. I mean, if you, I'll post a picture here with the news, and then you can look and see the pictures of the house. That is the news article that I was just talking to you guys about, and there are pictures of it. And that house is totally gone. But I've been noting that there's been a lot of explosions and stuff lately. Like houses exploding. I mean, seriously. So let me see. I think there was one more just recently. There was a Dillsworth house explosion a day ago. And this one was Michael Barnett was denied bond after a judge deemed him a flight risk. He's facing, well, I don't know what this is. Okay, it says Michael Barnett, a man charged in connection with a home explosion in Dilworth last month, will remain behind bars after Mecklenburg County judge ordered Friday that he be held without bond. He was arrested as a fugitive of justice out of North Carolina. He was extradited to Mecklenburg County from Cook County, Illinois on Thursday. He's facing numerous charges, including first-degree arson in connection with the case. The defense argued for Barnett to receive bond, but the judge deemed him a flight risk and denied bond. His next court date is set for June 27th. Investigators say they found gas trails inside the home, which exploded on Lombardy Circle on May 2nd. Prosecutors argued in court Friday that Barnett had been uncooperative since his arrest. 3 neighboring homes were damaged in the blast. It took a team of 60-plus firefighters to get the flames under control. Arson investigators said the home fire was intentionally set. Fire department spokesperson said debris regarding the explosion are unavailable due to the ongoing investigation. Multiple neighbors said that they heard a loud boom before the house went up in flames. They stated they were asleep when they heard the big explosion and didn't know what happened. They walked outside and saw the smoke, and then they saw that the house was in flames. That's crazy. Why would you blow up your own house? I mean, people need somewhere to live, but blowing up your own house is nuts. Lightning strike near my home and walked inside and immediately smelled natural gas. It lit my gas fireplace. Oh yeah, that's nuts. I would be creeped out by that. Okay, you guys, well, I was going to make this a short live. I hope you all are doing well. I am about to end this live stream. As I decided to come on because I had promised you guys I would do a live today. And I wanted to let y'all know that I will not be on tomorrow. I probably will on Sunday. And then be back to normal videos on Monday. Please, you guys, remember to like, subscribe, share the video. And get outside. Spend some time with your friends, family, and loved ones. Put the phone down. Step away from the electronics. And learn to communicate with each other. Through communication, we can share positivity. Anyways, you guys, I love you. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and I will see you all on the next video. And also, thank you for being here today. Much love.